We recently visited Belize on our Regal Princess Cruise, and we were excited to explore the area and get a feel for what Belize was really like, but we wanted to avoid the chaos and crowds of the cruise ship excursion. So we turned to an outside excursion company called Shore Excursions Group and booked what we hoped would be a fantastic 5-hour tour called Jungle Jeep Adventure and Beach Break, with the hopes of getting a true feel for the people and culture of Belize. If you're not familiar with cruising to Belize, it is considered a tender port, which means that the cruise ships are not able to dock right at the cruise port due to it not being deep enough in the channel for the cruise ship to pass through, and they have to anchor out in the ocean and use small boats to shuttle the passengers back and forth from the ship to the port on the mainland. When we confirmed our excursion, we got detailed information telling us where and what time to meet our tour guide. Now, our ship arrived in Belize at 7 a.m. and we were supposed to meet our tour guide at 8 a.m. So we had to make sure that we were ready in plenty of time to catch a tender boat, take a 20-minute ride, and get to our meetup location.
All right, well, we got off the tender boat here after a lovely 20-minute ride, and now we are heading down to Terminal 4 to exit the port area and catch up with our outside tour with Shore Excursions Group. And if you're looking for probably the biggest party spot here in the Belize port area, the Wet Lizard is the place to go. On our way back in, this place will be packed and hopping.
We were about 10 minutes late, but thank goodness our tour guide Gabriel was waiting for us, and we headed to his van to start our tour. So we just stepped out of the port, we walked down the road a little bit, and now we are going to get in the car here and explore. Now, one great thing about doing an excursion outside of the cruise line is sometimes it can allow you to customize it a little bit and see what you really want to see and do for the day. Now, for today's tour, we ended up starting the day with a tour of the city as Gabriel shared information about the history of Belize, the local government and the economy. He pointed out the historic and important landmarks, and he even shared information about himself and his daily life as a Belize native. After touring the main city area, we headed to the north side of Belize City. We've been driving around, we've seen a lot of the city, the local city areas of Belize, and we are down here by the I wouldn't call it a beach, but the water area. We stopped to see the lucky turtles of Belize here. Look at this. And also right over there, you'll see the famous Belize sign that everyone wants to take a picture by. So we're gonna go take a picture by the Belize sign, check out the water right here, and then we'll be back on the road and we're gonna just explore some more Belize.
And well, like Sharon said, we've been getting fed amazing information. Our tour guide Gabriel has just been fabulous for us. We started out on the south side, down near the cruise port, drove through the towns, and now this here in the north side, this is kind of where the money is. We talked a little bit about people moving here into the area, coming from other countries, coming from the United States, and they look at it pretty positively because it's a chance to create more jobs and things like that to build up the economy. So the area we are here, right on the water, we're noticing a big difference between the buildings, the construction, the quality of the places versus kind of the interior towns and the city that we drove through. So very interesting stuff.
After seeing the more affluent side of Belize, we took a quick drive to a nearby area with much more challenging living conditions and learned about how people in these underprivileged areas manage to get along. Next up, it was time to head to the jungle for a Jeep ride and visit a local cave. On the way, we made a quick stop at a local retail store to pick up some insect repellent to fight off some of the bugs in the jungle area. We made a quick stop here at the J Mall. This is a little store here. We stopped to get some bug spray because we're going to be going into the jungle. Thank goodness our tour guide was kind enough to stop for us, and we're going to get some bug spray.
All right, so this is very cool. I mean, we're basically here in a grocery store here in Belize. I mean, this is deep in Belize, right? This is not something that would be set up for tourists or anything. Strictly a place for the locals. But I mean, it's reminiscent of just being home, right? They got a little freezer area here. They've got cold things over here. Cookies, candies, all that kind of stuff. Baking oil, mayonnaise, dressings. So Sharon's gonna buy this. I mean, I think you could probably do credit cards. You do cash here. Just remember, any change you're going to get is going to be in Belizean dollars. So that's kind of cool. It's like any grocery store back home. You get by the register, and they got the little things that you can grab on your way out. What do you think, Matthew? Kind of cool, too?
Yeah, very interesting.
They got a little wall of liquor I see over there, too. Bottles, booze, stuff like that.
Remember, it's Belize dollars.
Well, I got our bug spray. Now, it says it was $13.95, and I was thinking that was US because that kind of sounds about right, maybe, for an island price. So I gave her $15 and she's like, wait, I only need the 10. So it was $13.95 in Belize dollars. And then I got some change back. I got a 5 and some coins. I'll look in the car and see what I actually got back, but it wasn't as much as I thought. We arrived at the Jeeps and hopped in with Callie and I joining Gabriel and Jamie and Matthew sharing a Jeep. And we took a fun ride over to some rough terrain before stopping at the stairs that led us up to the cave entrance.
All right, well, we are here in the exciting part of the store. We're in Jeeps. Matthew and I are in one. Callie and Sharon are in the other one in front of us. And I'm driving a stick shift, which I haven't done in, I don't know, Matthew, what'd I say, maybe 15 years or something like that? But, you know, it all comes back to you. That's a few notes. If you're on this tour, you can certainly ride with the tour guide, but if you know how to drive a stick, that makes it a little more fun. Matthew, turn that thing around. Let's show the people what's ahead of us here. It looks wild. All right, so we got a nice dirt road that we're on right now. Cruising along here, and we're gonna be getting into the jungle, and it's gonna be like real Belizean jungle here. It's gonna be very cool. So we'll check back with you here in a few minutes, and we'll see how this journey is going. Okay, we just took a major change here. We just went from that dirt road to off-road, super off-road jungle jeeping here. This is crazy. I'm just gonna stick in first gear for a minute here, but oh my God, this is wild. This is, I was not expecting this at all. This is a true Jeep drive right here, man. Oh boy. All right, well, right now we're loading up on bug spray, and we're questioning our choice of. I guess we dressed more for the beach than we did for the Jeep part of this tour. So so we're all in our flip flops here. Of course, our guy Gabriel's got some big old boots on right here. So we're gonna see how this works out. You guys look fabulous, just fabulous. All right, well, Jamie checking in here. Here's a little bit of the, we had a little bit of a climb here up this little rock stair path. But then we went into this big old uphill metal staircase that's set up here. That's going to continue to go on to a cave. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Hey, your buddy Jamie got a little bit of a bad hip. This climbing is just not going to do it for me. I'm not going to be able to make it happen. So I sent Matthew, Sharon, Callie off ahead. I'm going to sit back here for about 15-20 minutes here by the vehicle, chill out, and wait for them to get back. But the good news, guys, is this. They've got the camera.
Matthew, Callie, and I entered the cave with Gabriel, and we found out it's about its origin, and we also had to avoid a number of bats that were trying to just take an afternoon nap. Yes, I may have screamed once or twice, but luckily we did not get that on camera.
Yeah. So who knows what's the difference between a stalactite and a stalagmite?
Oh gosh, I used
No
to know
idea.
that. I used to know that.
Okay, so we have the stalagmite, as it might reach the ceiling. Stalactite sticks tight to the ceiling. When stalactite and stalagmite meet, they form a column. Like what you can see right there has a little break. That is where you join. Right there where I'm spotting. There you can see it. Then from there you can see this one right here. It looks like a woman with her hand behind her. In different directions you see different stuff.
All right, the crew is back now from their journey. I can't wait to hear all about it. I know you guys have seen some of it in the video, so I'm sure Sharon will talk more about it. But it was, I missed you guys.
We saw some bats.
Did you see bats? Did you get a picture of one for Riley?
I did.
There's like 100 of them.
All right, well, we're back on our Jeep excursion part here. And this is very exciting and pretty wild. I mean, we've driven some four-wheelers and stuff, but never a Jeep and never back in the woods. I mean, like this. This is some thick countryside.
After a short fun ride out of the jungle area in the Jeeps, we got back into the comfort of Gabriel's air-conditioned van and headed to home base for a delicious local lunch.
All right, after a short drive, we arrived here at, Gabriel called this home base. This is kind of the home base for the company here. I guess that's where the Jeeps come out of. I don't know if the boss maybe lives here or something, but we're here at a lovely little spot. We're gonna have a lunch that is prepared here locally for us. We're the only ones here. This tour turned out to be extremely private, which has been just fabulous. Look at this, it's so nice out here. Very nice house. It's right on the river right over here. And just calm, serene, it's just beautiful.
So this was the river I was telling you about, that the way they used to float down the logs. Tied together all the way from the Maya Mountains down through here until it got to Belize City where the mill was.
So this goes right into Belize City?
Yes.
You could hop in that boat, get right back, and you could almost get back to the cruise port.
You could get right to the cruise port through this boat here.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, this is gorgeous. All right, here is our spot. I mean, look at this. Well, first off, they do have some little trinkets here we can look through. Just a couple little local things if we want to buy any of those. Right, everywhere you go on your tours, you're going to have little things for sale. And now we're going to get some grub and sit down and eat. It's going to be fabulous. Okay, let me put down my camera here. Oh my God, let me show this food. This looks unbelievable. Look
That's
at
a
that.
Maya ruin right there of Altamha. Famous Maya ruin here in Belize.
Got a couple of Belkin beers here. Sharon, I see you chugging back that Coca-Cola. Getting a little burst of energy there. How you making out there with the food? Some local chicken, beans and rice.
It is delicious. It is delicious.
Our final stop was the beach at Old Belize, which is a bit of a tourist destination with a marina, a man-made water park, access to the ocean, and also has some shopping, a nice bar area, and a few food options. Since we were a bit beached out from this cruise already, we opted to just relax a bit, and JB and Matthew tried a very customary local Belizean dish.
So we came all the way here to Belize, here at Public Beach here, and they got a few food options. But of course, the one that caught my eye is Pappy's Kitchen, featuring hot pizza. So we just had to take a look. We went ahead and ordered one, and now we're just waiting on that bad boy to get done.
And so yeah, they got Pappy's Kitchen here. They've got the Market Smoothie Bar, Petunia on the go, and there's a Belizean cuisine stand over there. And of course, right back here, you've got a full bar. I mean, they've got all the booze, about 6-8 different kind of beers, and a lovely, lovely view out here. Let me give you a little better look here of this area. So very nice. Yeah, it's the beach, and I think you can access the true ocean on the other side of this picture, but it's almost like a big pool right here, right? I mean, it's enclosed. They got a massive slide over there. The music's pumping, tons of chairs and stuff like that. That's like a beach club. All right, guys, I mean, listen, does it not feel like we're in New York City right now? I mean, look at this pizza here. This thing looks fantastic. Who knew Belize would produce such a great-looking pepperoni pizza?
All right, so just finished up this pizza here at Old Belize. And I gotta say, here at Pappy's Kitchen, here at the beach, it's gonna be a 7 out of 10. It's very good, tasted good, fresh, out the oven. Very good pizza.
Okay, I guess that was nowhere close to a local dish, but at least you got a pizza review from Old Belize. Like I said, with an outside shore excursion, you can often make adjustments to what you want to see and do. So on the last stop, we opted for shade, a drink, and a bite to eat. Afterwards, it was time to head back to the cruise port, so Gabriel got us back to the port in plenty of time to spare for some shopping and to catch the tender boat back to the Regal Princess. Well, we had a great day. We saw so much of Belize today, and I can't thank Gabriel enough for being the perfect tour guide for us in Belize.
Wouldn't you know it, we're back in the port for no longer than 30 seconds. Sharon's already got us in the store doing a little bit of shopping here at Island Outfitters. Right here in the port of Belize. And here's something for the people that don't drink their beer fast enough. It's called a koozie. That's right, I said it. If you need a koozie, you're not drinking fast enough. Piranha Joe. Matthew, you gonna find a shirt?
Maybe I'll find something. I'll look around.
Okay, give it a once over. All right, well, just like that, I walked out of Piranha Joe, and boom, this is where you go to get back on to the tender boat that'll take you back to the cruise ship. Regal Princess right here. You got the tender boat right there. They probably go every 30 minutes or so, give or take a few minutes. Our ship is way out there in the ocean right now. And of course, right down here, you've got a lot more shopping here in the port and the wet lizards. All right, we made it back on the tender boat, and here's a hot tip for you. Woo. You might be able to see the sweat I got going on here, but make sure that as you see a tender boat filling up here at the port, you want to get on that thing as it's about 3/4 full. Because if you're one of the first ones on, you're going to be sitting there for 30 minutes waiting to leave. And if you're one of the last ones on, who knows whose lap you're going to have to sit on. So just keep an eye on that. And that will save a little time and get you back to the ship faster and more comfortably. That's a little tip from me, Jamie, to you guys.
And here's a tip from me. Make sure you get one of these, because not only do they come in handy in your cabin, you can take them on an excursion with you, and times like this, when you're sitting in a hot tender or anywhere, you can turn this on and cool down. Well, we made it back on board the ship. We're on our balcony now. We had a wonderful day here. We took this excursion through Shore Excursions Group. That's where we booked it through. Amazing company to book through. It is a third-party company, but it is a great way to book an excursion if you want to kind of venture out a little, not take a ship excursion, and get a great back to the ship guarantee with that as well. So I highly recommend that. We will put a link in the description box below so you can book your next tour on any cruise with Shore Excursions Group. As a reminder, that is an affiliate link, and we really appreciate any support by booking through that link. Thanks for coming along with us on our amazing day in Belize. We will see you in the next video.